Hello from Malmö. This is our last day of Sweden. We have to leave now, unfortunately. This nice apartment here. And we will go to the Disgusting Food Museum.
Disgusting food.
Yeah. I hope that we will be successful today. Then we will go to Copenhagen. So as you can see, finally we made it to the Disgusting Food Museum. So these are the tickets. These are vomit bags, just in case, because 10 days ago the last person was vomiting here. I don't know what they want. This is the cheese which I quite frequently eat. It's Roquefort. Seems as they don't like French cheese in this museum or other French meals. Yeah, they say that people love or hate coriander. I hate it. Now we really made it into that museum, and what is your impression?
Disgusting and interesting.
Disgusting and interesting?
Yes.
I found nothing disgusting of what they gave us to eat and to try or to drink even. For example, for them, root beer. Root beer is also something which is exhibited here. It's an American soft drink, and the thing is, the museum wants to tell you, to show you that if you find food disgusting or not is only a cultural thing. You can get used to every kind of food. So I ate, for example, some insects there, and I also tasted the root beer, which I knew already before. And yeah, lakritz.
Yeah.
What was the English name?
Don't know.
I even forgot it. I will write it down. That's something I don't like. Nevertheless, I tasted it again today, but I don't like it. The guy in the museum said that there are 6 countries in the world where they like it, and the rest of the world doesn't like it. One could eat it, but the question is, why should I eat it if I don't like it? Did you ever see this? Maximum 4.6 meters. I think it looks quite ridiculous. Perhaps they did it because then the people talk about it, and that's the good publicity. Now we are at the shoe store to buy him new shoes. This one is too big, the other one is too narrow, because you always have the problem that the shoes are too narrow here on the top, and then the sole is too thick. You see that it isn't flat because the heel is higher than the toes when you are standing, and then you have you never reach the floor while with the toes and the heel at the same time. So I think that with shoes you can't properly walk. That's an interesting store. Here you get athlete's food, so food fungus. So I think you can't stand in such shoes, because if you put your weight on the heel, then the toes go up, and if you put your weight on the toes, then the heel goes up, but you can't properly stand. While in German shopping centers, often all shops are obliged to have open during the opening hours. Here they close when they want, so some shops already close at, I don't know, 5 p.m. or 4 p.m. Others are still open. We hope that he will be faster now with his new shoes. Then we will eat something and then go back to Copenhagen via Öresund Bridge once more. By the way, when you buy a 24-hour ticket for Copenhagen and Malmö, you are only allowed to go through the bridge once because you have to pay for using this bridge, and there's only one trip via the bridge included in a ticket. Yeah, he got 40 krona from a Jewish guy.
Whoa.
In cash. We're back at Copenhagen, back in Denmark, and we are still fucked up because we have to change to a bus at Copenhagen airport, but there is not indicated which is the right exit to go to the bus, and we had only 3 minutes to find it. We didn't find it. We find another bus, but it's not the right bus, and the bus driver does not know where our bus starts from. And then here is a bus stop. There's written flex traffic. Flex traffic. I think that this means that this bus stop is used whenever they want to use it, but not after a fixed timetable. And so we will use the metro now as we are not able to find the bus. Look at this shit. There's written bus to car rental center. No one needs that. And the public bus sign is just behind so that you can't see it because this mega sign is hiding the other one. So, and this is where we come from. We just went there, I vlogged there, and this is a public bus, but it's not our public bus. So it would be a good idea to write down the numbers of the lines in order to find the right line, but it's impossible. It's the same shit as in Germany here. Denmark is the same shit as in Germany, only more expensive. So, the metro brought us to our destination with some delay because a maintenance car was on the tracks, which they found there 3 minutes before we wanted to leave. So this was not expected. Today is a day full of traffic problems. Just leaving the station, and do you remember what we told you about next supermarket? Next supermarket is always a Netto. So now we will see if we want to buy some things. Hello and good morning from Kastrup, Copenhagen, Denmark. Our last day, no, day before our last day of Denmark. Tomorrow we'll be in Fredericia. There is the Öresund Bridge again and the sea at a mega strand. What they are calling a Strandpark, beach park, is too artificial for me. It's only a parking lot. Look at this. Plenty of cars, of people who come by car to see the sea. So now we want to go to this cafe. I hope that I can see the sea from the cafe. But there's this building just right in front of us. So as I already said, for me it's too artificial here. We just got our lunch and this time I ordered smørrebrød. Look what I've done to my phone yesterday. It's quite useless to make glass on the back side. The complex where the cafe is quite abandoned. Some of the walls would come down if they weren't attached. The Blue Planet is a big aquarium, but as we already saw some aquariums in this vacation, we want not to go there today, but maybe next time. Look how nice it is here. Here you can see the Öresund Bridge once more, which connects Denmark on the right to Sweden on the left. So this is a beach park here. This is interesting. I guess it's for slowing down cars so that two cars can't pass at the same time, so one has to wait. And then there are bike lanes so that the bikes aren't obliged to wait. Welcome from Fredericia. We left Copenhagen today with a train which was at time at the station, but then the departure was delayed. The train was so crowded that we wanted to use another train, so go out of the train and take the train some minutes later from the other track. But as the train was so crowded, it was not possible to reach the exit before the train got moving. So we had to stay in this train and sit at the door for almost 2 hours because the train was crowded and delayed, and it's chaos. As Henning, who we met in the train at one of our first rides, told us, in Denmark it's chaos, especially the trains, but not only the trains. And today we want to see Fredericia at the last city of our vacation, and then it gets back to Zombieland, aka Germany, the masked Republic of Germany, with their mass psychosis. It's Malmö Legepark. Malmö Legepark. Here you can film. Here is another traffic garden, but not as nice as the other one. Or let's say it is another kind of... It is for racing here. It's for racing and not for learning how to behave in the traffic. It's too small for that vehicle. Unfortunately, my foot hurts as there seems to be an inflammation. What's that? Police car. I glued a crack here, and I think that there was a wound which I didn't notice, and then there might be some dirt coming in, and now my body is fighting against it. So you better disinfect the cracks before gluing them. But I thought that there was only a crack but no wound so far, but I was wrong. Here's a birdhouse. Here are broad bike lanes for both directions. There's another one on the other side. So that's why people like to get by bicycle here in Denmark. The infrastructure is there. I think this is typical Danish residential architecture. There's the road, the bike lane, the how is it called, the sidewalk, and the barefooters lane with sand. Why aren't you using the barefooter lane? That the city gate of Fredericia. I think there will begin the city center. So we're entering the gates of Fredericia. Denmark's port. Ah, there's the sea. In Denmark, the sea is never far away. So that's not bad. It's the first hotel on our vacation, and it's big. We have enough of space here, and this is the bathroom. In general, a hotel room is a third of this, and you can't move in the bathroom because it's too small, but here it's totally fine. As we had no Wi-Fi in the last accommodation, I use the hotel Wi-Fi now to upload our second vlog from Copenhagen, and there are more to come. This is the last vlog of the tour, so if you see that, then unfortunately it's already the end of the tour. We will go outside again to get rid of the last cans and bottles and buy some food for the deposit. Luckily my foot already feels better. Feet heal very quick, which is important because otherwise you wouldn't be able to survive. If you can't go hunting and collecting your food. There is a great bridge, and I guess it's the bridge over the Great Belt, but I'm not sure. Some shells, plenty of shells. And I guess that the water is quite cold now. I will have a look. If it's cold. It is cold. It is freezing cold. This is not a camera made for low light situations. So I looked it up on the map. It's not the Great Belt, it's the Lille Belt, so the Little Belt. So this must be the city center. Yeah, Friday night. There's a countdown on the traffic light so that we know when it will become green. Or when it will get red again. 10 seconds later. Ah, here's an English pub. We just informed us about running sushi and what they have here at this sushi bar. And at the end, she tells us there's one little thing to know. We only accept a Danish payment card or cash. And it's the first place in Denmark and also in Sweden, but especially in Denmark, where I can't pay with MasterCard or Visa, and I told her that it's too complicated. She says, yeah, but there's a bank with the ATM. Yeah, but I don't know how the fees are, and I have to look up for the fees, and that's too complicated because I'm not prepared for paying in cash. And I don't know where's the problem if 100% almost in Denmark accepts credit cards, why they don't do it here. Yeah, it's typically D, Danish or Deutsch, German. The same could happen in Germany, except that in Germany it happens in every third restaurant. Maybe less nowadays, but it also happens often. I don't understand that. Everybody pays with MasterCard and Visa, and there are some restaurants in Germany also, they accept only cash or only Giro card, which is a German bank card. And yeah, of course it's for the fees they have to pay, but that's their problem. In that case, they don't earn anything because we don't accept their conditions. So here at the bar, the kitchen is already closed, so that's a problem. Now we found a bar which still sells food. Here, for example, they have Wiener Schnitzel with Beilagensalat. The Austrian Beilagensalat. So we both ordered some Käsespätzle. And that's a pancake. We just left the bar or the cafe. I was at the restrooms and I washed my hand and I thought, why does this hand soap smell so bad? And then I noticed that it is hand disinfectant. Yeah, that's typical Danish. Yeah, so that's all for today from Fredericia, and it's even all from our trip here to Denmark. We can now show you some impressions of our way to the train station. Tomorrow at light, our trip has now come to an end. We are riding back to Zombieland. Probably there will be other countries to explore on this channel, so if you haven't subscribed yet, then do it now. And we also hope that we can make some abandoned places videos in the future. So if you like that, then stay tuned here on the Bad Influence. Finally, we ended up at home, but not with this Danish train, which doesn't take us to Hamburg. The reason is that the train staff, so the train inspectors, changed at the Danish-German border. At Padborg, there was a fascist train inspector, or more than one, I don't know, entering this train, and the train inspector made an announcement that from now on we are welcome in Germany, but we have to wear face masks, as in Germany the politicians think or want you to think that there is still an epidemic of COVID-19, although the rest of the world says that the pandemic is over. So you have to wear at least a surgical mask. You know, these masks which have the following effect: when you breathe out, then the air goes in this direction and in that direction, so directly to the neighbors sitting on the seat besides you, which makes totally no sense. But he said, you have to wear a mask unless you have a medical certificate which proves that you are not obliged to do it because you have some health problems with it. The truth is that everybody should have a medical certificate because it is scientifically proven that the mask can be dangerous for your health, while it is not proven that these masks help against COVID-19. But thing is that a train attendant went through the train and looked into everybody's faces, or tried to do it. Most of the people were transformed into zombies already and had no face anymore, but some had. And then he said, please wear your mask. And when he came to us, he said, you have to wear a mask. And we said, no, we don't have to wear a mask. We have a medical certificate, and he wanted to see it immediately. And I told him that I'm not able to find it immediately because it's deep in my backpack, as I didn't need it for the last 3 weeks. And I told him that I will show it to the competent authorities if necessary, but not to him. And Katharina added that he will also not show us his medical certificates he might own, so he just has to go on and let us breathe. The consequence was that he called the police, so we showed our medical certificates to the police officer, but the problem is that the train attendant now said that he doesn't want to bring us to Hamburg anymore. We should use another train. He doesn't like us, but the thing is that we have a ticket for this special train, and it didn't bother him. He explained us that if we don't leave the train, then we can get sued. So I decided to go out with the police officers, and now I let start the policemen criminal investigations against this train attendant due to the fact that there might be a criminal offense of coercion, or what you call in German Nötigung, because he's not allowed to throw us out of the train, but he did. And now we will see which consequences this will have for the train attendant. But as we already expected, Germany is an insane country, and it is not a country where you want to live anymore. That's a big problem. Maybe this was also a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you go to Germany and you already think that they are all insane and you can't stand that anymore, then it happens that these insane people want to chase you out of trains and I don't know what. Yeah, that's the sad end of this tour. But yeah, we will continue and not let them win. Because I think that we are in some kind of information war, and that they try to destruct at least Germany, maybe the whole economics in the world. I don't know. But Germany is in self-destruction mode. There's no doubt about that. And you should really stay healthy. So until next time, and thanks for watching.